It's only rock and roll, but we like it. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 rock and roll pioneers. Number 10, Ritchie Valens. Even without a full-length album to his name, Ritchie Valens opened doors for Chicano and Latin rock. All he needed was the number 2 hit Donna and a rocking rendition of the Mexican folk song La Bamba to become one of rock and roll's first teen idols. Though he died too soon in a plane crash along with Buddy Holly and the Big Bopper, Valens' sound continues to shape music today. Number 9, Carl Perkins.
Well, it's one for the money, two for the show. Three to get ready, now go, cat, go for gold. Step on my blue suede shoes.
This country boy's dream became reality after the self-penned blue suede shoes topped country charts. Thanks to his superb guitar licks and singing style, Carl Perkins became an expert at combining rock and country music.
Let's go, guitar.
The king of rockabilly was also an excellent songwriter whose tunes were later performed by greats like Elvis Presley, Johnny Cash, and Jimi Hendrix. Number 8, Fats Domino.
Found my thrill.
Credited with writing and performing one of history's first rock and roll records, Fats used his welcoming vocals and blues-influenced piano playing to score over 30 top 40 hits. He brought together electric guitar, drums, and saxophone, and soon became the best-selling black rock and roll artist of the 1950s. By expanding on the New Orleans R&B sound, Fats Domino also inspired the later creation of ska. Number 7, Bill Haley and his Comets.
We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. What's that right? So join me home.
Accompanied by his Comets, Bill Haley unleashed rock and roll into the mainstream with the hit Shake, Rattle, and Roll.
Shake, rattle, and roll. Now everybody gonna shake, rattle, and roll. Now everybody gonna.
He made sure rock and roll was here to stay with his chart-topping Rock Around the Clock, and cemented himself as the genre's first white superstar in the process. With 100 million albums sold, it's no wonder he's called the father of rock and roll. Number 6, Bo Diddley. He may have only had one album crack Billboard and one top 40 hit, but Bo Diddley wasn't dubbed the originator for nothing. Along with his blues and R&B tinged rock and roll driven by electric guitar, he crafted a rhythm that's been adopted by countless rock and pop musicians, the Bo Diddley beat. Meanwhile, his booming voice and animated playing on square guitars made for very memorable performances.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah! I want everybody to clap their hands. Come on.
Number 5, Jerry Lee Lewis.
You broke my will, but what a thrill! Goodness and gracious, great ball of fire!
Though he dabbled in blues and country, Jerry Lee Lewis molded the sound of rockabilly with his unique piano playing. Add his fiery voice and a whole lot of shaking on stage, and you've got rock and roll's first great eclectic and first great wild man. Despite the backlash around his marriage to his teenage cousin, the killer regained popularity and earned a platinum-certified record almost 50 years after his debut.
I ain't baking, a lot of shaking going on.
Number 4, Buddy Holly.
Oh, Maggie, my Peggy
In under 2 years, Buddy Holly did more for rock and roll than many bands will in their entire careers. As one of the first to write, produce, and sing his own songs, he appealed to both blacks and whites with his rockabilly, country, and R&B mix. Holly also popularized the use of 2 guitars, a bass, and drums with the Crickets. Despite his tragic death, he left us albums worth of material to discover and enjoy.
Oh, well, I love you, gal, and I want you big and blue.
Number 3, Little Richard.
You didn't say that loud enough. Say it again, honey. The king. Thank you.
He could wail, croon, moan, scream, and shout. By merging R&B and boogie-woogie with mischievous lyrics, the architect of rock and roll planted the seed for soul and funk. He could also rip it up at the ball with his lively moves and smooth personality.
She brought me to the east, she brought me to the west. She's the girl that I love best.
Thanks to his secular and faith-based music, the wild and frantic Little Richard remains one of rock's most influential entertainers. Good golly, Miss Molly. Number 2, Chuck Berry. Roll over, Beethoven, because this is Chuck Berry.
Roll over, Beethoven, I got to hear it again today.
By introducing R&B and guitar solos to the genre, he laid down the law when it came to playing rock and roll. The sweet little rock and roller's original beats, stage bravado, and accompanying dance moves set the tone for the genre's growth and subsequent explosion.
Go, Johnny, go, go. Go, Johnny, go, go.
Even today, Chuck Berry continues to exude a rock and roll attitude at his shows.
Let me hear you say yeah. Let me hear you say yeah.
Number 1, Elvis Presley.
Baby, it's just you are.
After fusing R&B with country, Elvis amped things up with electric guitars and added his emotional and versatile vocals to his rockabilly style.
I got the same old story from all night fears. You know there ain't no room around here for a guitar man.
Flaunting good looks, sexy dance moves, and a rebellious image on stage and in film, the king of rock and roll had something for everybody.
He goes by the name of King Creole. You know it's gone, gone, gone.
By selling more records than any other solo artist, he also defined the genre and transformed pop culture, and for that, we love him tender. Who is your favorite rock and roll pioneer? Be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com for more entertaining top 10s.